Hello everyone, welcome to Your Class, Your Future YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn 4th standard EVS lesson, that is lesson number 15, transport and communication. After studying this lesson, you will be able to find how the animals are being used as a mode of transport, and how when you are using this as a mode of transport, or when you are using animals in the transportation, how sensitively you have to behave with them, and also like over the time how the transportation has been changed. Let's learn the lesson. First thing, observe the pictures given below and write the specialty you find in these pictures. What you have to do here, you have to observe these pictures carefully and you have to write what you are finding, what is the specialty of, or what is the special in that picture. You have to write in the box given next to it. Let's write one by one. The first picture is of bullock cart. That is, here the two pictures of bullock carts has been given, in which in the first picture they have given again two pictures. In first box they have given two pictures, that is of bullock carts, where in first picture the people are sitting in the bullock cart and moving, and second picture a man is transporting some goods in the bullock cart. That is, bullock carts are used for commuting people from one place to another, and also it is used to transport agriculture goods by the farmer. That is why the bullock carts are used. First purpose is of from moving one place to another. That is, from first picture we will understand that is the people used to move from one place to another with the help of bullock carts. And second, the farmer used to carry his agricultural goods from one place to another with the help of bullock cart. Next picture. The second picture is of a horse cart. Horse cart is used as transportation in the local area to move from one place to another. That is, in the local areas, like how we use nowadays, like auto, bikes, or taxis. In the same way, earlier people used a horse cart for moving from one place to another. To travel from one place to another in local areas, the people used horse cart. The third picture is of man carrying a sacks on the back of donkey. Donkeys are used by the washerman to carry the sacks of clothes from one place to another. That is, a washerman used to carry the sacks of cloths. That is, used to collect the cloths from the cloth sacks from the people, and used to take them on the back of the donkey to the riverside. Used to carry those all sacks on the back of the donkey to the riverside to take for the washing of clothes. Next picture is of camel, where the camel is tied to a cart. One picture is of camel tied to a cart and moving, and second is the people sitting on the back of the camel. Camel is tied to a cart and used as a transporting vehicle in the desert, and also camel is used to travel in the desert by sitting on its back. It is called camel safari. That is how the camel is used. That is, in desert areas, as the camels are mostly found in desert areas, and they move easily in the sand areas. They are used as transporting agents. So that camel is tied to a cart, like how the horse is tied to a cart, like same way the camels are tied to a cart, and they use it for moving from one region or one area to another, or from one place to another place. They use move for movement they use. Next is like directly on the back of the people sit and they move from one place to another. This is one of the special characteristic or a special thing of desert areas, which it, it is called as camel safari. That is, if you visit a desert area, you will see that camel safari is special thing in desert, where the people sit on the back of the camel and they move from one area to or one place to another place. And as the camel easily move on the desert, or it can be easily walkable in the desert areas, hence the camel is called a ship of desert. Like how the ships sail easily on the water, in same way the camels move easily in the desert area, hence they are called a ship of desert. Next picture is of elephant pulling the logs. Elephants are used to carry heavy logs. That is, elephants, as they are big and they can lift the heavy things, the people who are involved in transporting the woods, they use these elephants to pull or to carry the heavy logs from one place to another. Let's see the next. Next question is do people use animals for transport in your locality? Have you ever seen in your local areas that people are using transportation for transportation purpose? Is Have people using animals? If they are using animals, or if you have seen the use of animals in your locality, you have to write yes. If yes, then which animals do they are using? Which kind of animals they are using? What kind of animals have you seen like the people are using? Like I have seen like ox, horse and donkey. In my local areas, the ox, horse and donkeys are being used. In your, if any other animals, if you are in your local areas they are using, then you can write those two. For what purpose they use these animals? For what purpose they are seen, like some people, if ox can be seen like farmers are using or any other people are using. Horse for horse cart, like I have told, no, like for moving from one place to another they are using. For other purpose also the people may use the horse cart. Donkey, like how I told, like washerman use. Like other than washerman, the other people can, the people, some nomads, like the people who shifting, the people, like some people are nomads, like they shift, they live for some days here and they again move from one place to another. They also use these donkeys. So what purpose they are using the animals, you have to write here. Oxen are used to transport agriculture goods using bullock carts. That is, in my local area, oxen are used for transporting agriculture goods using bullock carts. I have seen that oxen are used as for transporting agriculture goods using bullock carts. Horse cart is used as local transport for the moving people. It is for in the local areas, like how auto rickshaws is used, the horse cart is also used. And donkeys are used to carry the goods. That is, like they carry some, any, if any heavy goods are there, the people carry those goods on the back of the donkeys. Let's move to the, if any other purpose, if you have seen any other purpose they are using, you can write that also. So let's move to the next question. Observe the pictures given below and identify the changes that have taken place in transport and put serial number to the number to show the order. That is, how over the time the transportation has been changed, you have to put the serial numbers, and how it has been developed, you have to put the serial numbers. Like these are two pictures, other than this here are some pictures you have to write. The first number is for walking man. That is, earlier in the olden days there were no vehicles, no animals were used. During that period the man used to travel, he used to move from one place to another by walk only. The walking was the only thing by which he used to move from one place to another. Next, as the time moved, the bullock carts, that is, later on the animals were used for moving from one place to another. Third thing is, that is, horse cart. Earlier there were no horse carts. First it was like man used to move by walking. Next, when it was time passed, the next, or later as the time moved on, the bullock carts were used. Next, as the time moved, the next is horse cart. And then the invention of cycle, like the people used to move from one place to another, that is cycle. Next, fifth one is of sheep. That is, people used to move from one place to another with the help of sheep. That is, we know that the world has water, so much that is 2/3 of area is covered by water, we can say. Like how the Vasco da Gama or any other sailors, they used and they discovered the country with the help of moving in the water with the help of ship. That is why next the ships are next inventions. That is, after the cycle, the ships. After the ships, Next are cars. Like earlier when they are moving the local areas, they used cycle. There were no cars were discovered or invented. So after the cars, next there comes the train. For the large people movement, they started using trains. Next, at present for the lastly, that is the aeroplanes. That is, aeroplanes are the recent inventions where people can move from one place to earlier. When in the olden days or in recent like 88 or 19th or 18th century or 17th century, the people used to travel, still they used to travel with the help of ships from one country to another or one place to another. Now recently the last is the recent invention is the aeroplane, which is the fastest moving or the transportation mode where the people move from one place to another in a less time when compared to all other modes. Let's see the next part. Know the names of the animals which were used for transport in the olden days and write them in the boxes given below. That is, like in olden days, what are the animals they used for transport? That is, from moving from one place to another or to carry some goods. What are the animals they used? We have to write here. Horse, donkey, ox, elephant are the animals which are used in the olden days from moving for the transportation. Next, camel. That is, camel is mostly used in desert areas and all other are used in any area. Next, know and write the names of animals which are used for transport now. That is, these were all the animals were used in olden days or in earlier period they used. But at present, are these all animals are being used? If yes, write all. If not, then no, and write what are the animals which are used for transport. At present, what are the animals are being used for transport? That is ox. Yeah, of course. Like in many villages, if you go and see, many people use oxes. That is for they tie the ox for bullock. That is bullock carts. Next is horse and donkey. These are mainly these are the three main animals which are used at present. Let's move to next. Is there any difference in using animals for transport between the olden days and now? Right, with the help of elders. What you have to do is what are the differences, or if any differences are there, when how they are being used in the olden days and how at present they are being used. You have to ask your elders or your teacher, and with the help of them you have to write here. Answer. There are a lot of differences in transportation that has been taken place when we compare the olden and nowadays. When we look, like if you ask your grandmothers or if you have grandmothers or great grandfather or grandmother, if you ask them, they will tell that we used to travel, we used to walk, or we used to move from one place to another with the help of bullock cart. It is now it has been changed. That is lot of difference as in the transportation has been taken place. Like when we if we compare, if last like 100 years also, there has been lot of differences. That is lot of changes has been taken place in the transportation. In the olden days, the animals were the major transporting agents or vehicles, but now it has been replaced by machines. That is, in olden days, what were the major transporting vehicles or agents? That is, the animals are used. That is, animals were the major, like the animals on animal, like directly sitting on the back of the animal, the people used to move, or they tied these the animals were tied to some cart, and they used to take that, like bullock carts, horse cart, different, or like camels or elephants. Even the elephants are used, like the people used to sit on the back of the elephant and they used to move from one place to another. Or also like donkeys are used by washermans, or in the people who used to carry the goods from one place to another, they used to take the animals, etc. But now it has been replaced by the machines like cars, tractors, and like so many vehicles we have nowadays, like tractor, car, bike, bus. You can think like as many as like lorry. You have many vehicles which are that is which run on the machines. So but now that is the animals were replaced by now to the or replaced by the machines. The current world is growing world where the any minimal usage of animals is done for transportation. In current status, the transportation is carried out using vehicles like car, bus, auto, bike, ships, aeroplanes, etc., which mostly run on petrol or diesel. That is what the current world is growing. That is, it is the growing or developing world where the minimal that is you cannot say you will not see, but you can see that we rarely see the animals that are being used for transportation. In current status, the transportation is carried out using vehicles like car. If like presently, if you see, we if you want to go from one place to another, we use mostly if it is in local area we use bikes, autos, or cars. Or if you want to move from one place to like from one village to another village, we prefer bus. Or if it is the across the countries, we use ships or aeroplanes, which mostly runs on the petrol or diesel. That is now the animals are moved. That is the animals from the animals we moved to petrol and machines run on petrol and diesels. Let's read the complete answer once again. There are lot of differences in transportation that has been taken place when we compare the olden and nowadays. In the olden days, the animals were the major transporting agents or vehicles, but now it has been replaced by machines. The current world is growing world, where the minimal usage of animals is done for transportation. In current status, the transportation is carried out using vehicles like car, bus, auto, bike, ships, aeroplanes, etc., which mostly runs on petrol and diesel. Understood? That is, the transportation mode of transportation has been changed from olden days to nowadays. That is from usage of animal to we have moved the usage of towards the usage of machines. Let's see the next part. Next question is, how do people look after the animals which are used for transport in your locality? Write in the present, write it in the space given. What they are given. How do people look after the animals which are used for transport in your locality? Write it in the space given below. What you have to do here is how the animals which are used for transport in your area, how they look after them, you have to write here. You have to ask them that how if you find any people using the animals for the transport, you have to ask them that how you look after these animals, and you have to write here. Let's see the answer. Horse carts and bullock carts are used for transportation in the local area to move from one place to another. They take care of the, that is, what are the major things which are used in the for transportation, that is horse carts and bullock carts are used. They take care of horses and oxen by feeding them with good food and fresh drinking water. How they feed? They feed, that is oxen means when say ox is a singular and oxen is a plural. By feeding them with good food and fresh drinking water. How they feed them? With a good food. That is the food must be good and fresh food they provide, and that is green and fresh grass and fresh drinking water. They feed them with fresh drinking water too. They wash them regularly to keep them healthy and hygienic. That is, they wash the animals regularly. That is, they may wash daily or they may wash one after the other day. They give rest to animals at least once in a week. That is, they give like how we take the holidays like Sunday or any weekly ones. The people who use animals also, they give rest to animals at least one day in the week. They take animals to veterinary hospitals if they are sick and provide them proper medication and care. Like us, like when we are sick, we visit to hospital, no? Same way, the people who use these animals for transportation, They take these animals to veterinary hospitals, and when they are sick, and they provide them proper medication, and they take care, like how our elders take care of us if we are sick. Same way the people who use these animals, they take care of them. Let's see next question. Next question is, how should the animals which are used for transport be looked after? Know with the help of elders and write it in the space given below. That is, what you have to write do here is, how should the animals which are used for transport be looked after? Now with the help of elders and write it in the space given below. Earlier question what you did, you asked them how they, you asked them or you wrote that how the people who are using they write or they take care of the animals. Now what you have to do here is, you have to write here with the help of your elders or teacher, what it is, how you have to look after the animals which are being used for transportation. Have you understood the difference? The difference is that there you wrote that how the already the people who are using, how they are treat the animals, you have written that, or you have to write that. Here you have to write, what you have to write is how you think that, or you have, or your elders feel that, you have to ask your elders or teachers that how we should behave with the animals, or how we should behave with the animals which are being used or which are being helpful to us. We have to write that, right? How we have to look after that. Answer: the animal should be fed with good food and fresh clean water, so that they will get enough energy to do work. How we have to look after them? The first point is that the animal should be fed with good food and fresh clean water. That is, we have to feed them with good food, which is nutritious food, like green grass or some nutritional grass, like extra care, like some dogs, like how they we feel that special grass food. In same way we have to feed any animals. If we are using in transportation, you have to feed them with good food and fresh clean water. Fresh clean water, you should not any stagnant water or any dirty water, you should not feed with them. You should feed them with clean and fresh water, so that they will get in. How if we have a good food, you will be you if we have good food, then we feel no whole day energetic. So same way you have to feed them with good food and fresh clean water, so that they get energy and they will work whole day. Next is, wash animals regularly to keep them clean, healthy and hygienic. What you have to do? You have to wash the animals regularly, at least 3 to 4 times in the week, so that the animal should be clean and they should not affect, their health should be healthy. That is, if you are not clean, the animals should, if we won't clean animals, they may fall sick. So we should clean them regularly to keep healthy and hygienic. That is, if we keep animals hygienic, they are also healthy, and the any disease, if anything happens, it will not affect the human too. If we keep hygiene, if we keep the animals hygiene, then we will also be healthy or hygienic. Next question is, the sorry next point is, the animals should be taken to the hospital for regular vaccination to keep them healthy. That is, we should take the animals to the hospitals, that is veterinary hospital, for regular vaccination, so that if anything happens, we can get to know easy before, if we can get to know easily. And also to keep some disease, like how we have polio or any other vaccination, the animals to have some vaccination, so that they won't fall sick, or they won't, if they are fall sick, they get easily recovered. So hence we have to take them regularly to the hospital for vaccination, and also to check up, like anything has happened or it is fine. Next point is, at least for a day in a week, the animal should be given complete rest. That is, at least in a week, like how we take Sunday holidays or any one day in the week we take holidays, right? Same way the animal should be given rest, complete rest, so that they will be energetic to do work, or they feel fresh to work next whole week. Next point is, we should look after them with love and care. like we have to look after them with love and care, like how our elders or how we look after our youngsters, no, like with love and care. We have to take care, we have to take care of them with love and care in the same way. Let's read once again the whole answer. The first point is, the animal should fed with good food and fresh clean water so that they will get enough energy to do work. The second point is, wash animals regularly to keep them clean, healthy and hygienic. Third point is, the animal should be taken to the hospital for regular vaccination to keep them healthy. Fourth is, at least for a day in a week, the animal should be given complete rest. Fifth is, we should look after them with love and care. These are the points we should keep in mind when we are using animals as a using animals for transportation. Next is, know this. We should have sensitivity and love towards the animals which are used for transport. That is, we should have sensitivity and love. We should look after them with love, and we should sensible that when to give rest and how much work the animals can do. We have to think all those things, and we have to work with them or we have to use the animals according to that. Next, collect and paste here or draw the pictures of animals which are used for transportation. What you have to do here is, you have to draw the animals which are used for transportation, or you can take the pics and you can paste here, like ox, horse, elephant, camels, which are the animals used for transportation. You have to take the pictures of those and paste here, or else you can draw with your hands. Next is, observe the picture carefully, read the explanation given and match with the correct pair. One example is given for you. What they have done, they have given some pictures and also some explanations. You have to match the picture with the correct explanation. One as example they have given. Let's look at the example. Used to know information of the surroundings. What is the picture? That is a man reading the newspaper. What newspaper gives? It is used to know the information of the surroundings. That is, in newspaper what we read, that is what are the things happening around surrounding us. That is if that is in local areas, in country, or in international, or in the other countries, what around the world, what are the things are happening, that information is given in newspaper. The next information is, you will see, and then we will see the picture. It is used to send information in the shortest time. By which means we can send the information in the shortest time? That is phone call. That is, if something has happened, immediately, if accident has happened, immediately someone calls ambulance. That is, they are giving information in the shortest time. Within a minute we can call the ambulance if something accident has happened, or if somewhere the robbery has happened, immediately we can call the police. Or if anything good has happened, if anything, like if you get any good marks in the paper, you will call someone and you will inform that, hey, I scored this much. Like immediately we can transfer the information. That is, in short time we can transfer with the help of phone. We can immediately transfer the information. Next explanation is, in olden days it was used for transportation. In olden days, what were the things used for transportation? In these pictures, it was like bullock carts, what we said, horse cart or camel cart. Here what they have given, here they have given horse cart. Then in olden days, what was used? Horse cart was the transportation mode, or the transportation vehicle, we can say. Next is, in olden days it was used to send letters. Like now we send email or in message, or we can call and inform. In olden days there were no mobiles, there were no computers to send emails, and when there were no phone calls, what at that time what the people used to how the people used to send their letters? How look at these pictures, what it is. It is with the help of birds. That is special. Mostly the pigeons were used in the olden days to send letter from one place to another. Next is, it is an instrument used to collect and send information in a short time. It is an instrument used to collect and send information in a short time. What is that instrument? See, you are if any project has been given to you and you have to send it to someone, how you will do it? Where you will search the matter, or where you will get that information? That is the computer. That is, if you have any given, if you the school has been given you any project, what you will do? You will go to internet center and you will search. Or if you have a computer in your home, or if you have mobile, you will search in it the information regarding that project. So here it has been given the computer picture. So it is computer is an instrument used to collect and send the information in a short time. In olden days, it was used to carry goods. What was used to carry goods? Like how nowadays, how we use carts or any like tractors, trolleys, and in olden days, what it was used? That is the donkey. We earlier we read no, or we studied no, that is the washerman used to carry the sacks of clothes on the back of the donkey. That is, in olden days, donkeys were used to carry goods. Last information is, that is, nowadays it is used for national and international travel. That is, from national and international travel, and the fastest mode of travel is, that is, aeroplanes were used. Like if we are traveling in local or from one village to another, we use bus. And in national or international level, earlier in olden days, the people used to travel with the help of ship. Now we use aeroplanes. That is, nowadays it is used for national and international travel. That is, the last information to the last picture is aeroplane. Let's read once again from information to, it is used to know the information of the surrounding, that is newspaper. Next, it is used to send the information in the shortest time, that is telephone. Third, in olden days it was used for transportation, that is horse cart. In olden days it was used to send letters. What was used? It is in earlier days birds. It is an instrument used to collect and send information in short time. What it is? It is computer. Next, in olden days it was used to carry goods, that is donkey. Nowadays it is used for national and international travel. What it is? That is aeroplane. Let's move to next question. Next picture is of post office. This is the picture of post office, where we are here. This is counters of stamp letters. That is there are many counters where this counter is of stamp letters. You can see this counter is of service like post, or we can say it as like speed post, courier, other services, counter, etc. Visit a nearby post office or contact the postman and collect information about the following and write here. What you have to do is, you can visit the post office, that is in your area which is a post office. You can go and visit the post office, or else if you find any postman, you can ask him the information and write here below. They are given some words, you have to write or they have given here some things. You have to write the information about those things with the help of postman, or you can go and visit the post office and collect the information, or else you can contact the postman and collect that information and write here. The first thing what they have given here is the stamp. Let's see the information. A ticket of specified value issued by a postal authority to be affixed to a letter or a parcel to indicate the amount of postage paid. That is, it is a ticket, like how if we are traveling by bus from one place to another, or train, we will take a ticket from the conductor, no? Like from if we are traveling from A to B point, or from one village to another, we take a ticket. That is, we pay him and he gives us a ticket, that is showing that from this place to another place if we are going, it will be charged like something like 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 100 rupees In same way, if a parcel has been sent from one place to another, then this stamp is used as a ticket which is issued by, like how conductor issues us ticket, same way the office the post office or postal authority issues that stamp which indicates that the amount of postage paid, that is from transferring this letter from, that is from one place to another place. If you want send this letter or any good or any particle or any article, if you want to transfer, like if you are sending any letter from your place to your, you can say that your old grandparents place or your anywhere, like if your some brothers or sisters are staying in other place, if you want to send that letter, then that charge or that charge, that is if the stamp is of 10 rupees, then 10 rupees has been charged for you to transfer this letter. That is, in simple words, it is a charge or this is the amount for taken for transferring your letter from one place to another. Next is post cover. An envelope used to cover the letter or articles which are going to be sent. That is, it is the envelope, that is in which you will put your letter or article, and you will cover. If you are sending anything, you will cover. If you are giving any gift to your friend, if on any special occasion, what you will do, you will cover with one color in paper, no? In same way, if you are sending any article or letter to by post, you have to put one cover, that is called as envelope. Next is parcel. Parcel post is a postal service for things or mails that is too heavy for a normal letters. It is usually slower than the letter post. The charges also differ from the usual post. What is parcel? The parcel is a postal service of things that is too heavy for normal letter post. It is, normal letter posts are like if you are sending any letter in or any documents, it is normal post. If you are sending any goods, like any things you are transferring from one place to another and which are heavy, then that is called as parcel, which goes like which moves from one place to another slower. Like if you are sending letters, it will reach from one place to another, depending upon the distance, it will reach 1 or 2 days. If it was a parcel, it can take 4 5 days or a week. That is it. The service of parcel is lower than the other letter posts, and the charges also differ. Like if the letter has 10 rupees, the parcel may have 15 rupees, 20 rupees, depending upon the weight of the parcel. Next thing is speed post. It is one of the services of the post office where our posted articles or things are delivered very fast. This is the fastest delivery system of the post office. If this is what the speed post is, if you want to send any letter urgently to someone, then or anything if you want to send urgently to someone, then this post or speed post works. That is, it sends the things very fast. That is, and this is the fastest delivery system of the post office. If we book or if we book any article or any letter or anything or any document under this speed post, if you ask them to send, then the delivery, they sends it very fast and the delivery will be very fast. And this is the among all other services like parcel and speed and other like normal letter sending or other services, this is the fastest delivery system of the post office. If we courier through this or if we send through this service, the delivery of the letter or the document will be very fast. Next, what is next? Write a letter to your friend inviting him to attend your village fair. Write his or her address on the letter and put it in the post box. What you have to do here is write a letter to your friend. You have to write the letter to your friend. Write his or her address on the letter and put it in the post box. You have to write the letter to your friend for inviting him to your village fair. You have to write the, like you have seen, no, like red boxes here and there. if you go and look around, you will see like some red boxes are kept here and there, or near the post office you will find some red boxes where you have to put your letter, like you have to write your friend's seizure or address, and you have to put that letter in a post box. It will reach to them. Let's write the letter. What you have to do, this is the, we can say the letter card. On letter card you have to do here two address, that is your friend's address, and this small square box is, there you have to stick the stamp. That is, we earlier seen, no, that is ticket which is of amount, like from where to where you are sending, that ticket has to be attached, affixed, or you have to stick that ticket here. To address is, that is, I have written XYZ. There you have to write your friend's name. That is detailed address. You have to write your friend's details address. For example, like what is the home name or home number, and where the area. Like if you are staying in any area or any special area of that. Like for example, if you are staying in Gulbarga, you have to write in which area you are staying. For example, like what area, you can write like Sharan Nagar. Can write Sharan Nagar, and where before that you have to write home number or home name, like any home name they have, like Shiva Sadana, Prasad Nilay, anything you can write here. And the pin code, you have to write what is the pin code. Like if you see Mumbai pin code like 4000001, or Delhi, like you can write any pin code which is of their village. Not like any pin code means you cannot write any pin code, that is of your friend's village pin code, or any place pin code you have to write here. And you have to write mobile number, compulsory you have to write your friend's mobile number or any contact number, so that the postman can contact them. If he won't find any address, he will contact them and you will come to know that exact address. This is the, you have to write here, this is the front. Next, this is the body of the letter. What you have to write here, for what purpose you are writing this letter, you are writing this letter for inviting your friend to the village fair. Let's see what you have to write in this. Dear XY, that is dear, if you are writing any friend, if you have to write that. Hi XYZ, that is your friend's name you have to write. Don't write like XYZ, you can write your friends like whatever you have to write that. Hope you are doing well. I am very excited to invite you on the occasion of my village fair. What you are asking? I hope you are doing well. That is, I hope that you are good, and I am very excited to, for what, why I am happy, or I am happy that I am writing this letter for what purpose, that I am writing this letter to invite you for my village fair. Please come and join with me. We will go to fair and have fun by playing games and eating sweets, and we will buy many colorful toys to play with them. I will be waiting for your arrival. Come soon. What? Because this letter card is small one. In this you have to write very short and sweet. So what you have written here, that is, you have wrote that you asked, or you thought you wrote that, like, I hope that you are well, and I am very happy that I am writing this letter for inviting you to fair, and come here and we will enjoy the fair. What we will do, we will enjoy there by going there, and we there will be many games, we will play games, we will eat sweets, and we will buy many things like colorful toys to play with them. And you will be, and you can also mention the date, or if they know, it's fine. If they know, you should mention here the date when the fair is going to be. And I will be waiting for your arrival and come soon. That is, I am very excited, or I am happy to see you. So come soon. We will meet soon. This is how you have to write the letter. You can write any other thing. If you want to add anything, you can add in this. And you have to send it. You have to put this letter in the post box. Next, observe the following pictures carefully. Put right mark in front of the means of communication used by you and your family members. What you have to do here is, you have to look after these pictures and you have to put tick mark. If you or any other person in your family has been used these services or these communication means, you have to use them. You have to put tick mark in front of that the picture that the box has been given. You have to put in that box, you have to put tick mark. Post box, that is, I think if you ask your elders if they have used, then put tick mark. Newspaper, now we also, like, you are also use newspaper, you also read newspaper, no? So you have to put tick mark. Fax machine, it is mostly used now, at present also it is used in government offices or any higher level officers. These fax machines are used. If anyone have used, then put tick mark. If not, then leave this. This is telephone. Everyone have used and have been using the telephones since it has invented. Next is mobile phone. This is phone, like landline. If you have a landline or anyone have used in your family, you have to put tick mark. Next is computer. This one is radio. I think if you have a grandparents or parents, they have used these radios for listening news or music. Earlier, before the invention of TVs, mobiles, computers, radios were the means of communication, like for listening news from one place to another place. If something has happened in the other place, they used to come to know with the help of radios. And also for listening music, these were the only means. So next is, collect the information about the means of communication which were used in the olden days, which are used in the present days. That is what you have to do. You have to collect the information, that is, what are the means of communication were used in the olden days, and at present what are the means of communication we are using. Means of communication, let's see the means of communication used in the olden days. What are the means of communication were used in the olden days, and next is means of communication used in the present days. The two columns have been given. What you have to do, in first column you have to write what were the means of communication in the olden days. In second column, means of communication used in present days. Let's see, first we will see the communication or means of communication in olden days. Birds, that is, I have shown that earlier we studied, no, that pigeons were used for transport or for carrying the letters from one place to another. So that is birds, that is pigeon. Next is letters, that is, before invention, like there's letters only they used to send with the help of birds, no? That is radio. Fourth, newspaper, like newspaper was also from olden days only. It means of communication used in the present days are telephone, mobile, emails, fax machine, and you can also write the computer. That is all. Let's once again see the means of communication used in olden days. Birds, letters, radios and newspaper. Means of communication used in present days are telephone, mobile, emails and fax machine. Next, know this. Look at the pictures given below and read the information. They are given some pictures and their information. You have to read these and understand what they want to say. First is a means of communication through writing that can be sent with the help of post office. That is, the first picture is a postcard. That is a means of communication through writing that can be sent with the help of post office. That is, you can write the information like how we wrote the letter to your friend, no, like same way you can write anything on this postcard and send this with the help of post office. Next is an instrument through which we can directly speak to the other person at a distance. Second picture is of telephone, that is landline, and this is the instrument to which we can, that is, with the help of this we can directly speak to a person who is staying at a distance. Like the person who is staying very far, we can speak them directly with the help of this. The third picture is of newspaper. A means of communication which publishes news from different parts of the country and the world every day. This is what is a newspaper. It is a means of communication which publishes, that is, which prints every day the things which are happened around in a country, within the country, or around the world. What are the things has happened around the world, that is important things that publishes in the newspaper. Next is television, an attractive means of communication in which regional, national, cultural programs are telecasted. That is, what it is television. What does it do? This is an attractive means of communication which telecasts regional, that is in local areas, in national, that is in the country, and also the international and cultural programs are telecasted. That is, it telecasts all the cultural programs and also some news, or no, we can say it is news. It also telecasts news, cultural, tradition, all it telecasts. It is video or visual means of communication. Next is means of communication in which regional, national, and international news can be heard. That is, the next picture is of radio, in which the communication of which it, or it can, in radio we cannot see, we can hear. That is, national, international, or regional news can be heard. That is, in television we can see, but in radio we can only listen. Next, a wonderful means of communication used to get and send any information of the world within a very short time. This is the last picture is of computer. What it is? Wonderful means of communication. That is, this is a wonderful way we can send, like here in phone we can just listen or we can speak, but here we can type and send in a very fast, within a short period. Like, let us take 4-5 days, or depending upon the distance the letter may reach early or late, but here it is not like that. Within a minute we can type and we can send the information in a very short time. Next thing, collect and paste the pictures of various means of communication. Write their names and few sentences below them. What you have to do here is, you have to collect the pictures of various means of communication. That is, from older days to present days, what are the means of communication, or in present days what are the means of communication. You have to collect the pictures of those, and you have to paste in these boxes, and you have to write their names and also the 2 lines, that what they are and what purpose they are used. Let's write one by one. The first is letters. What purpose it is used? It is the oldest means of communication. Until today we use letters for official communication. That is, letters are the oldest means of communication. That is, since olden days it is being used. The letters are being used for the means of communication. And now at present also we use letters. Mostly for official communications we use the letters nowadays. But earlier in olden days, for official or any, if I want to ask, like how we call and ask how are you, these all were the things, how are you, what are you doing, these all things were used to ask with the help of letters only. But now it has been restricted, or it has been mostly the official people use, for the purpose of official purpose the people use in the offices. Next is newspaper. Newspaper is useful for knowing the local, national, and international information and helps us to be updated. That is, what is the purpose of news? We have studied now. That is, it is useful for knowing local, national, international information or news, what is happening in our surrounding area, or in our local, or in our countries, or also in the around the world, what are the things are happening. We can know with the help of newspaper, and with the help of that, so by reading newspaper, what will be up to date, like what is happened yesterday we will come to know today, like what is happening around the world we will be coming to know day by day. Like radio, these are useful for listening to the news and events happening around the world. What is the help of the radio? That is, when there were no televisions, these are the means of communication way the people used to listen to the news and events happening around the world. Like now we use with the help of newspaper or with the help of television, we come to know. In earlier days, the radios were the means of communication. Next is telephone. It is useful for speaking with the people who are staying at a distance. That is what the use of telephone. It is useful for speaking with the people who are at a distance. Like within a minute we can speak, we can call and we can speak. It is how they are. We can come to know like how they are, what they are doing. We can understand. Or if we want to give any important information, or if they want to give any information, we can within a minute it can be commuted, or we can communicate within a minute. Next picture is of television. It is useful for watching the news, entertainment, live telecasting or sports, watching movies, etc. What the television is useful for? Watching the news. That is, in radio we can only listen, but here we can watch the news, entertainment. It is not only news, it can give entertainment, live telecasting of sports. If any sports are happening in the other place, we can watch by sitting in a home. We can watch in the television, and also movies we can watch. Next is mobile. It is used to talk with anyone in the world, and it can be carried with us wherever we go. It also helps in transferring money, documents, photos, videos, etc. What is the use of like these are the phones are only useful for speaking immediately, but we cannot carry the landlines, cannot be carried everywhere. These mobile phones are used to talk with anyone in the world, and it can be carried with us wherever we go. Like if we are going out from the house, we can carry this mobile and we can go. And also what we can do with the help of mobile, it also helps in transferring money, documents, photos, videos, etc. Like earlier, what if you want to transfer money, we have to go to banks and we have to transfer the money, but with the help of mobile we can transfer money from one person to another person easily, and also photos and videos. Next is fax machine. Fax machines helps in sending or sharing official letters from one place to another. That is, it is helpful in sending the official letters from one place to another easily. Like letters faster than the letters, we can transfer the message or any official letters easily from one place to another. Next is computer. Computer helps us to find any information using the internet easily. That is what is the help of. We can get any information which we need immediately. If we have internet connection, easily we can get any information, and we can do anything with the help of computer. That is, if you want to paint of any drawing, we can do, or we can collect information from any place, or we can communicate with any person, or we can send any information from one place to another in a short time with the help of computer. Let's see the next. Know this. Who discovered what? Like what thing was invented or discovered by whom? Wright brothers. Airplane. That is, we say the fastest transporting mode is airways. That is aeroplane. Who discovered that or who invented that? Wright brothers. Graham Bell telephone. It is telephone with the help of which we are speaking from one now. Within a minute or within a short time, we can speak to one, speak and give information. That telephone was discovered by Graham Bell. Charles Babbage computer. That we said no, that every information we can get in the computer. That computer was discovered by Charles Babbage. In John Beard. That is television he discovered the television. Marconi was radio. Radio was discovered by Marconi. Do you know this? Let's see what they want to tell us or what they have given the information here. The train is the major mode of transport in India. That is the most, like from movement of people from one place to another, like maximum people's movement is with the help of train. That is train, the most of the people use train from movement from one place to another. The first train in India ran in 1853 from Bombay to Thane, about 34 kilometers. That is the first train was introduced in India in 1853. That is from Bombay to Thane. Like now we can see everywhere trains, but before 1853 there was no trains, and the first train started in 1853, that is from Bombay to Thane, about covering 34 kilometers. Next point is, the camel's body structure is suitable for walking in deserts. It is used for transport in desert area. So it is called the ship of the desert. Earlier in the first page we have done, no, like in first thing only we said no, we did that, and camels we said no there. Study, see the camels, the body why the camels easily they can be moved easily in the desert areas, because of their body structure. It is suitable for walking in the deserts, like how other animals walk easily in on the, like in normal areas. In the desert the camel walks due to their body structure. It is used for transport in desert areas. We know this also, like earlier we studied, no. So it is called as ship of the desert. I told you, no, like camels are called as ship of the desert. Next, submarine travels in the deep sea. Where the submarine travels, like how camels travel in the desert, trains travels on the rail lane, and buses travel on the road. The submarine travels in the deep sea, like ships travels on the surface of the water, and the submarines travels in the deep sea, like under the water they travel. Spacecraft are used to study the things beyond the earth. That is the spacecraft, like how we see, that is satellites we can say. Those are spacecraft are used to study things beyond the earth. It is how we study, like in the if you want to get information in the center, we within the earth, like from one place, we use, like we can get information with the help of newspaper, we can say, like we can speak in same way to get information above, like away from the earth. We send spacecraft, those things to study away from the earth. We send the spacecraft that are used to get the information away from the, like beyond the earth. That is like within the earth we get information, various means of communication through which we get information, but beyond the earth we get the information through spacecrafts. Paper published every day. Daily newspaper, paper published once in a week, weekly newspaper. Magazine published once in a 15 days. Fortnightly magazines, magazine published once in a month, monthly magazines. That is, they have given here some terms. That is the paper published every day. What they call daily newspaper. Paper published once in a week. That is, if a paper publishes daily, that is daily newspaper. And if it once in a week, like the paper is publishing like Udyoga Mitra, or any paper which publishes every week, that is called weekly newspaper. Magazine published once in 15 days, that is fortnightly magazine. Like twice means in a month only two magazines are released, like Panchatantra, Tunturu. You have many magazines like which publishes every 15 days, or economic magazines. Any magazines, those are called as fortnightly magazines. Magazines published once in a month, monthly magazines, like Graha Shobha, or we can say it as Earth, Down to Earth magazine, which publishes every once in a month. That is only one book or one magazine is published in a month, one copy is published in a month. That is like how we read daily newspaper, no, like what has happened yesterday we will get to know today, but this is like these are the things which are published in once in a month. That is, they collect all the information of 1 month and they will publish once in a month. It may be starting of, like last month's information is published at the end of the month, or in the next month starting, like it can be published within the first five. Like if it is December, and they will publish the November month's information in the first week of December, that is within the 5th of the December they will publish the magazine. The first animal which was used for transportation was a dog. That is, we told that ox, horse, elephant, camels, all these animals are used for transportation or in transporting as a transporting vehicles. The first animals in the first animal which were used by the people was dog for transportation. Some of the fast moving trains in the world can travel at more than 350 km per hour. These trains can cover the distance between Bangalore to Hubli in an hour. That is the fastest. Like we have some measures like how in a within, if we are walking, like we can cover 50 miles or 500 miles in a 1 hour. In same way, the train is the fastest train. Some fast moving trains which can travel 350 km per hour. That is, in 60 minutes, a train can travel 350 kilometers. That is Hubli to Bangalore distance within a hour. That is the distance of Hubli to Bangalore is 350 kilometers. So it can be traveled in an hour. Like if we take normal trains, it might be taking 4, 5 or 6, 7 hours depending on the speed of the train. That fastest moving train can travel within an hour. So the lesson is completed here. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Your class, your future. Thank you students. Thank you everyone.